Charlie Morley and his 100% record at United doesn't come every week, mate, but a victory is a victory. We made hard work of that. How did you dissect that game? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we looked tired. I agree with kind of, you know, what other people have been saying that I've been having conversations with. Eriksson, I thought was quite sloppy on the ball, which again, it just comes down to tiredness. But again, the most important thing is, look, last season we don't win those games of football for me. And again, it's just the positive progression that I like seeing, and I think that's just the main thing that I like to take away from it. I don't want to be too negative. Again, there's obviously things to improve on, but yeah, we wouldn't have won that game of football last season. And again, it just shows the positive progression that Ten Hag is implementing on the team.
That's it. You mentioned the tiredness there. It was why West Ham came back into the game in the end there. And from a game that we didn't really have much to do in terms of defensively, De Gea had a quiet game, and then the last 20 minutes he turns into man of the match. I mean, De Gea's performance today has to be highlighted for good and bad.
Yeah, I mean, I was sat literally right behind the goal in the Stretford end, and it was like the perfect angle, and I think there was like 2 shots at the end, a header and a shot at the end, and it was like they're going in, and you know, he just flies out of nowhere like a cat. And yeah, that is what we know De Gea for, right? Those long reaching saves, and you kind of that's almost what you expect. It's now the things that he's doing, the distribution which he's improving on, that, you know, his sweeping. Obviously, it's a little bit different when you're playing with Maguire, and he does kind of lunge in, and that's one thing in the air. I thought Maguire was really good today. It was just sometimes he does get caught too square on with the ball and lunging into challenges when he doesn't really need to, and then he ends up getting himself in a foot race. But yeah, no, De Gea was quality. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk recently whether we need to buy a new keeper and obviously renewing contracts, etc. But I mean, if he keeps putting in the performances like that, he can stick around for as long as he wants.
That's it there, and sweeper keeper in the first half, everything like that. Maguire back in the team today. There were a lot of moans and groans there today with Maguire. There were moments there that had your heart in your mouth again, but did he play that bad? He didn't really do too bad, did he, in that game? No,
I think in the air, again, it's one thing you expect. In the air, he's going to be solid defensively. He very rarely loses a header. Just for me, he finds himself too square onto the ball and lunges in, and then obviously when you're coming up against the likes of Antonio especially, who is quite fast for a big lad as well, he can beat you in a foot race. And yeah, I just feel like sometimes he puts himself in sticky situations that if Varane or Martinez were to put themselves in, they do have the pace to recover, whereas he unfortunately doesn't. But yeah, overall, no, I thought he did a good job, and obviously kept a clean sheet on kind of his, you know, first proper return back. So yeah, all praise to him.
That's it. It was talked about in midweek about the lack of goals that Manchester United are scoring. Compared to the rest of the top 6, we are well behind the likes of City, Arsenal, even Spurs this season, mate. Where is the problem? Why are we not scoring goals? With the players we've got up front, it's criminal that we're not scoring more. Yeah, no, I think, again, I try and look at it from a positive standpoint in it, and at least we're creating chances, right? You know, if you weren't creating the chances, obviously you're not then going to be able to score them. I think it is just a matter of just keep grinding it out. And again, another positive is you win the game 1-0. Again, it could have been maybe a 3-1 game if we put the early chances away, but yeah, again, just grinding it out for me. Again, it's just training, just keep grinding, and it will come. We're going to give someone a thumping one day. That's it. I mean, you mentioned tiredness there. I think that did have a big part to play in the end there, but we kept going till the end. Substitutes coming on, Fred, McTominay, but only Fred and McTominay. What does that tell you about the rest of the squad and how Ten Hag sees it? Is he resting players in your eyes for another game, or does he not trust what's on the bench?
I mean, maybe that was a bit of a statement to Sancho. It could have been a really good game for Sancho to come on for 20-25 minutes and, you know, be that person to kind of hold the ball up a little bit on the wide side, wherever he would have come on and played. But yeah, I mean, yeah, they almost linked up and scored, Fred and McTominay, actually. Fred hit the post from I think it was a header, and I think the place would have obviously erupted. You know, it would have been mental if and Twitter would have been
Fred tearing them apart again.
Yeah, it would have been a good place to be. But no, I mean, yeah, it's just unfortunate that, again, you're left with, obviously, Anthony not involved and Lindelof as well. It's the bench does look bare, and it's a little bit of a worry, obviously, with the amount of games that we're playing, and obviously we're wanting to go deep all the way in the Europa League. It's something to consider definitely in January, building that squad depth for me.
Before you go, mate, man of the match, is it that obvious, or have you got a surprise package for us?
No, I think yeah, I'll give man of the match to De Gea, not only because of obviously the saves that he made towards the end of the game, but yeah, his distribution, everything was top notch, and yeah, it's a pretty obvious one. But I'm going to keep coming. All the time we winning, I'm coming back.
Yeah, we need to get a ball going here. We need to get Charlie back to every game so we keep winning. Cheers for coming on, mate.
No problem.